Yeah, students, in previous lecture we have discussed tissue in which we have studied epithelial tissue, that is basically primarily in function. Now today we are going to discuss connective tissue. Connective tissue are basically what? They are widely spaced and embedded in an intercellular matrix, and the basic function of which is to provide support to different organs. These are further classified into different categories. The first category is vascular tissue. The second one is connective tissue proper. And the another one is skeletal tissue. Now we are going to discuss one by one. First, with vascular tissue, it is basically divided in two parts. The one is blood and the another one is lymph. The fluid matrix of blood is called plasma. When we talk about blood composition, it is further categorized into plasma and another one is corpuscles. Plasma constitutes 55% of blood. It is 55% of blood, and the corpuscles forms 45% of blood. In corpuscles, they are of different kinds. The first one is RBC, which is commonly known as erythrocytes. The second one is WBC, which is commonly called as leukocytes. And the another one is blood platelets, which is called as thrombocytes. Okay, RBC are basically a red colored respiratory pigment which is carried hemoglobin that helps in transportation of oxygen. In WBC, they are again further classified into two different categories. The first one is granulocytes and the another one is agranulocyte. Granulocytes means what? It means in their cytoplasm there are presence of granule. They are of three different kinds. The first one is neutrophil, which is abundant in number. Second one is eosinophils, and the third one is basophils. When we see the structure of neutrophils, it has multinucleated structure, and in cytoplasm there are presence of granules. When we talk about eosinophils, it is binucleated in structure. Also there are presence granules in their cytoplasm. Basophils have one nucleus, and these are basically responsible for what? These are responsible for allergic reactions. When we talk about agranulocytes are further classified into two groups. The first one is lymphocyte and the second one is monocyte. Both have phagocytic property. Their structure forms like this. Monocytes are large in number, and in their cytoplasm there is no granules. Platelets are basically spindle-shaped and involved in blood clotting. Its primary function is blood clotting. Now, the second component of vascular tissue is lymph. Lymph is a colorless liquid and it is blood without the RBCs and blood proteins, means lymph is made up of plasma plus lymphocytes. Now, the second connective tissue is skeletal tissue. It is again further divided in two categories. The first one is bone and the second one is cartilage. Matrix of bone is very hard because of salts such as calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate and protein osin in their matrix. And in cartilage presence protein chondrine. When we see structure of bone, the outermost cover is called periosine. It has bone cells, these bone cells are called osteoclasts. In their presence, Harvation canal, there are several osteoclasts in matrix of bone, and the spaces present between osteoclasts is called lacunae. When we see structure of cartilage, the outermost portion is called perichondrine. As like bone, there have also cartilage cells called chondrocytes. There are several cartilage cells. These are called as chondrocytes. These are spaces. The spaces between each chondrocytes is called lacunae. Matrix. Now the third one is connective tissue proper. Connective tissue proper. It is further divided into different categories. The first one is areolar tissue. The second one is adipose tissue. The third one is white fibrous connective tissue. And the fourth one is yellow fibrous connective tissue. If we discuss about areolar tissue, it is of two types of fibers. The first one is inelastic white fibers and the another one is elastic yellow fibers, and it is found between skin and muscles.